Hi guys, welcome to Divine Time with Nikki Taylor. I missed you guys so much last week. I'm really excited to be here. So let me go through the spiel for those of you who haven't been here before. So if you guys choose to jump, which you do by donating, you're going to get a full mini reading. Also, $1 of your donation goes to St. Jude's Children's Hospital, which is so lovely to know that your money, it's going to multiple good things to support St. Jude's Children's Hospital. And then your donations also help me be able to be here and present on Tuesday nights to read for you guys. If you don't choose to donate and you do a free reading, which is totally fine, it's going to be just a 1-card oracle pull. So I'm going to start checking the list to see where we're at. I'm kind of nervous. I feel like I haven't been on in forever. Okay, so I think to start we have Jenny, and then with the mini readings, if you donate, you guys are welcome to ask a question or to give some framework around what you want to unpack, like love life or career, or you can just let me pull. If you guys just do the free oracle reading, though, it's not going to be question-based, so keep that in mind. And then Jenny, let me know that you're here and watching. I really like to interact with you guys, so I love seeing your comments up on the screen, your feedback. Let me know you're here and ready for your reading, because I don't want to just start pulling and have you guys have walked away for a glass of water or something. So I'm seeing Jenny first. Let me know that you're here. And then Hannah Thomas is next. So Hannah, you can let me know that you're here, sweetheart. Oh, there's Jenny. Okay, sweetheart. And so you're doing an oracle pull. Okay, Jenny. Awesome. So your oracle card, Jenny, is gracefully aging. And so with all my readings, definitely with the oracle pulls as well, I always really prompt you guys to tune into your intuition, which is as strong and valuable and sacred as my intuition. So when you hear me say gracefully aging and you see this card, whatever feelings or thought processes come up are totally valid. I want you to integrate that into your reading, please. But what I'll offer this to you is that it's really important for you to take into account that everything you're experiencing is a part of your growth, right? So when we think of gracefully aging versus not gracefully aging, it's really about being resistant to change, right? When somebody doesn't age gracefully, it's usually because they're resistant to growing old or to some of the changes that come into their life as they meet new phases. And so that's really what this card is about. It's less about like your physical age or like physical signs of aging, and it's more about meeting the changes that are occurring in your life with lots of grace and no resistance, knowing that everything is unfolding the way that it's supposed to be, and that nothing has gone wrong. So don't beat yourself up because you think, you're not where you should be at this time in your life, or you have regret about things that you've done. It's all a part of the aging process. And what aging really is growth, right? We're growing and evolving all the time. So I hope that serves you well, honey. Hannah Thomas, let me know you're here, sweetheart, and I will pull an oracle card for you. Hey, Hannah. Okay. Hannah, you have heavenly signs. And if you have loved ones that have passed that are nearby, my energy is not really open enough to tune into that right now, but that could very possibly be it. I'll let you tune into that. But what I'm definitely receiving for that is that you're really divinely guided, right? It's important for you to know that you're receiving signs all the time, but they're not, you can't see them if you're distracted or if you're not looking. So it's not about making let's see, making like a mountain out of a molehill. It's not about like, oh, that's a sign, like a bunny hopped across it must mean whatever. But it's about when you feel that it truly is a sign, to go with that. Don't doubt yourself because you're second guessing yourself. Like you're catching little serendipities or little patterns, synchronicities, and you're like, maybe it wasn't a sign, but it was a sign. Hannah Thomas says, I always second guess if it's a sign or not. Okay. It's funny that I used second guess. Okay. Yeah. So it's really important for you to just feel into it. And there's a difference. When it's not a sign because you're stretching, you're trying to make it into something. This is totally different. What it is you recognize it and then you backtrack and try to talk yourself out of it. And that's totally different. So start sending some gratitudes for those. Instead of doubting yourself, quiet your mind and say, thank you. And you're going to start seeing them louder and more clear. And Hannah Thomas says, exactly. Awesome. Isn't it nice to know that you're so divinely guided? Like, I know it makes me feel really special and valued and seen and witnessed, which I think is really important. Okay, so Barbara Hartman is next, sweetheart. So let me know that you're here, Barbara. Hannah Thomas says, I don't know why, but when that card came up, I instantly got tears. Yeah, well, release that, honey. That's powerful. Isn't it a powerful thing to know that you're heard and seen and witnessed? Hannah Thomas says, thank you as always. You're welcome, sweetheart. Thank you for coming. Okay, Barbara Hartman says, yes, I am here. Okay, so I'm going to pull an oracle card for you. I had a private reading with a client today, and I said that exact same thing. I got a card that basically was echoing something she was already expressing. And I was like, isn't that amazing to know that even though, your spirit and angel guides aren't here to necessarily interfere or even save you, to know that you're being witnessed, to know that you're not experiencing it in vain, to know that you're not alone is just that is almost enough to give us some stamina to keep seeing things through. Okay, Barbara. Okay, so Barbara, your card is sobriety. Okay, so I'll have you tune into what that means. Now, there's a lot of, there's words that have so much meaning, tight meaning around them. And this may very well mean some sobriety in your life, whether for you or people who are close to you. But what I'm really tuning into for this card for you is it's more important for you to think about, so what's the opposite of being sober? It's to be intoxicated, which is to be out of balance, right? So another way that we can frame sobriety and what that means for you is having a really good equilibrium, getting yourself really in balance. So where is the scale being tipped in your life, right? And it doesn't necessarily have to be a substance or even a food or anything that insinuates addiction necessarily. It can just be overdoing it or underdoing it. Where are you overfilling or underfilling your life, your schedule, etc.? It's important to start thinking about that. Your spirit angel guides and celestial team want to give you that prompt to start thinking about that. Because once you get to that awareness, you can start doing the work to get yourself back in balance. And that's where you're going to start feeling more peace. Okay. Kiki is next. Miss Kiki. I hope I'm saying your name right. It's Keke. So Kiki, or it might be Kake. I don't know. Let me know you're here. Kiki here. Let me know I said your name right, sweetheart. Our names are so valuable. Okay, Barbara says, thank you. I'm very out of balance. My husband passed away and I've been having a difficult time. I'm so sorry for your loss, sweetheart. And so, yeah, that's the prompt. That's the prompt right now, is to take care of yourself. And then Kiki says, yes. Okay, lovely, sweetheart. Okay, so I'm going to pull a card for you, Kiki. Okay, so Kiki, your oracle card. Oh, sorry, I'm just pulling up to see if we have any jumps. Okay, your oracle card is new career. And so I think really this card is really, I'm tuning into it. It's funny because I know there's a picture of the butterfly on the card, so it's going to seem kind of silly. All the cards, these oracle cards have butterflies on them. But as soon as I pulled that card, I was like, it's like this butterfly moment. So you're in a cocoon stage right now, right? You're still doing the work and building the cocoon. So you've got some time before this comes to fruition, but it's like your celestial team just really wants to prepare you for that. The seed needs to be planted in your mind. So know that some of the work that you're doing right now, some of the changes you're experiencing, some of the new ideas, they might be really subtle, but they're all leading towards new career opportunities for you, a new path. And I think it's almost going to be like your first real career. I say new career as if you already have one, and yet I sense that you don't have like a career per se. Not that you don't work, but it's not like your life's calling. So you're starting to plant the seeds to move towards that. So start paying attention, looking for the signs and meeting opportunities as they come up. And then we've got our first jump of the night, Blanca. I'm so grateful, sweetheart. Thank you. And Kiki says, I don't. Gotcha. Okay, well, that's fine because you're planting your seeds and you'll have your harvest in the future. And then Blanca, let me know you're here, honey, and I'm going to do your full mini reading. And I'm so grateful when you guys donate. It really helps me be able to be here every Tuesday for you guys. And then Kiki says, thank you with the butterfly emoji. You know, I love emojis. And she says it resonates. So you're welcome. Thanks for the feedback, honey. Blanca, 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 where are you? Oh, there's Blanca. Love your read. She says, love your readings. Can I have some cards on things I should know or pay attention? And then she threw up lots of emojis, which is like my love language. And then Blanca says, yay, always on point. Love it. Okay. Okay, Blanca, what are you needing to hear? What are you needing to pay attention to? I like how you worded that, because where we give our attention is so, like, that's how our life goes, right? Where our attention goes, energy flows. So I love how you worded that question. Okay. Okay, let's see. So Blanca, your first card sitting in the past is the 10 of Cups here. Okay, and so this is about family dynamics. It's saying that historically your well-being has really rested on how well your family was operating. Your well-being is directly tied to your family's well-being, right? And you put a lot of effort and attention into that. And it's really your measurement. It's not like how well am I doing? It's like how well am I doing or you know how well you're doing by looking at your family, right? Because you're so interconnected to the people that you love that your health and spiritual health and emotional health cannot really be compartmentalized from the people that you love and care about. As you move into the present, you've got this 6 of Wands, which is the 6 of fire. And it's kind of moving you into this era where historically, like I said, you've been really focused on your family's well-being because that's how you heal and feel well and satisfied. But you're moving into a place where you're really needing to start focusing on career. So let's see, Blanca says, yes, ma'am, I have, yes. You don't have to call me ma'am, honey. It makes me feel old. But thank you. So you're moving into a space now, Blanca, though, where it's really important for you to start thinking about career. And when I say career, I'm not talking about a job. I mean, in fact, let's just take the word career out of it. It's time for you to start focusing on what you're passionate about. What do you want to do? How do you want to spend your time? How do you want to interact with society, because that's really kind of what a job is, right? It's how we interact with the world, and we use an energy exchange with a label on it called money. But how do you want to engage with the world? What do you want to offer? What's your product? Like, is it healing? Is it, what do you have to give? And then what do you get back in return? It's important for you to start thinking about that and what you need. As you move into the near future, you think you have a son here, because I've got a son who has a lot of water energy around him. So I'm not sure if he's a Pisces or he has Pisces in his chart. But there's going to be some kind of reconnection with sun. So I'm not sure if you guys were just not spending as much time together as you had, or you weren't speaking, or maybe it's just been a little busy lately between you guys. But it's really important for that to happen in the near future. Blanca says, I'm getting back in touch with everything I haven't paid much attention to. Lovely. I'm so proud of you. That's such a powerful and yet simple thing to do. Getting back in touch with the things that you used to pay attention to and haven't been as of late. That's very wise, my dear. And then your oracle card is end of an era. And so, you've had some chapters close recently. You've had people leave your life, and you've had things come to an end, which can be painful and definitely cause grief. But those doors did close for new windows to be open. And I don't mean to take away from the bigness of it by simplifying it in that way, but it is simple in that way, though. And so know that you have so many new doors and windows opening for you. So don't feel, if you're feeling like kind of stuck, or like things have just come to an end and gotten quiet, it's going to start getting noisy again, dear. Now it's just time to take care of yourself. Think about what your passion is. What do you want to be doing in the world? What's your exchange? And then I want you to think about this reconnection with sun. So I'm not sure what that's about. I hope that served you well, sweetheart. Proud of the work you're doing, by the way. Okay, who's next, guys? Do we have any more jumps? Let's see. Ashley says, can I get a mediumship reading first time here? No, sweetheart, I'm sorry. I don't do mediumship readings in this public kind of platform. Mediumship reading is something for me personally. It needs to be done like at least in an hour's time span in a private session, and there needs to be some kind of exchange. So it's paid for so that my energy feels safe to open up. And then Blanca says, yes, lots of changes, but for the better. Awesome. Awesome, sweetheart. And your energy really feels like you're really open to all these new things coming in, and there's no resistance from you. So they're just your cup's going to be filled, honey. And Blanca says, thank you so much. You're welcome. You're so welcome. Okay, let's see who's next. I don't see any more jumps right now. Let's see. Is Georgia here? Georgia, if you're here, honey, go ahead and throw up a comment and let me know, and I'll pull an oracle card for you. And then if not, Victor P is next. Victor, if you're here, sweetheart, can you throw up a comment and let me know that you're here? Okay, let's see. What about Jasmine? So the last three names I just called are, okay, Victor P says, I'm here. Okay, so let me pull an oracle card for you, Victor. And Jasmine's here too. Okay, lovely. Your card jumped out of the deck, Victor. Okay, nice. So Victor, your oracle card, I pulled from a different oracle deck. It's Let Your Light Shine. Look at that beautiful energy coming off this being. See the solar plexus right here, which is your I am energy, your identity, your ego, how you think about yourself, right? And like when you think of who you are and how you interact with people, that's that energy shooting out into this beautiful heart energy. But there's this 9, so 45 is 9 because 5 plus 4 is 9. So really what this is about, 9 is the last number in the 1 through 9 cycle. In numerology, we only work in single digits, so everything can be reduced back down to either 1 through 9. Because 9 is the last number, it means it's getting ready to die and be reborn into a 1 again. Okay. And so when we frame it like that, it's about you letting, and then we look at this picture with this solar plexus, it's important for you to let parts of your, Victor says, beautiful card. Isn't it beautiful? It's important for you to let parts of your ego and your identity, how you think about yourself, and then how you behave based on how you think about yourself and who you think you are and what your identity is. It's important to let those parts die so that you can be reborn, so that you can let your light shine, because there's definitely some ego blocks going on with you. There's some self-esteem stuff that's causing you to behave in ways that aren't really true to your spirit. And yeah, it's just important for you to know that you are beautiful, you're sacred, you're precious, you're valuable. The ecosystem needs you, the collective needs you, but they need you as your most authentic self, not with the mask on. Let the mask version of yourself die and come back as your most vulnerable, weirdest, most authentic self, because the world is waiting and wanting to embrace you, my friend. Okay, Jasmine's next. Let's see. Jasmine says, thank you. You're welcome, sweetheart. So Jasmine, your card is Soulcraft. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, and you see the number 10 there. So when I said we reduce numbers into a single digit, for 10, we say 1 plus 0 equals 1. So it's a 1. 1 is the first number to be born, right? It has nobody else to play with. There's no 2 or 3 born yet. It's an only child. And so it has to be creative. It has to initiate and come up with things on its own. It has nobody else to ask for advice. So when we're talking about soulcraft, we're saying your spirit and angel guides and celestial team are saying, it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. It doesn't matter what external advice you can get from people. You need to go after your soul's desire and your passion based on what drives you, with no concern for what society thinks about it. Jasmine says, I'm an only child. Figures. You might have some Aries in your chart too, which is the first house of the zodiac, number 1. But it's important for you to not, it doesn't matter what, sometimes we do things like we think, I want to be a nurse or I want to be something, but it's because of the recognition that we'll get from it. And those are still external validations. That you're called on this to go forth and pursue your passions as if there's nobody else on the planet. It's kind of wild to think about, but that's what you're being called to do. Okay, let's see. Libby Brown. Libby Brown. There she is. Libby says, hi. Hi, Libby. I'm going to pull an oracle card for you. And I'm really going to keep the oracle reading short, guys, because Victor says, thank you. I appreciate it. You're very welcome, Victor. Be well, my friend. Okay. Libby, keep the faith. That's your oracle card. Pretty simple and pretty stinking powerful, right? Faith and hope are pretty much synonymous. And just allowing yourself not to get caught in the fear, right? Hope is the antidote to fear. So, yeah, if you can hope, you can get through anything, right? So keep, know that your internal compass is valid and it's correct. It's spot on, and keep following that internal compass, even when maybe the outside world's getting a little bit noisy for you right now. Okay, Jennifer Rogers. Georgia says, sorry, my phone died. Have I missed my name being called out? I know I can pull for you right now, Georgia. That's not a problem, sweetheart. Thanks for popping back on. Technology is our friend and our foe, so no worries. And then Libby says, thank you. You're welcome. You're so welcome. Georgia. Okay, Georgia, your card is healthcare change. Healthcare advice is kind of tricky on the internet, right? I'm not a doctor, so I'll just say that it is important to make sure that you are allowing yourself to access more holistic care when it comes to the care of your body and your being. Don't let yourself just be treated in one way. I want you to add more modalities of healing into your life. It's important for you. So if you were thinking about that, or, whatever's going on there, I'd like you to add some more modalities of healing. So, and you can research stuff, but also you're going to get suggestions. You've already gotten suggestions. You've had someone be like, oh yeah, my friend's a Reiki healer or acupuncture or whatever it is. I'd like to see you just get a more full spectrum of healing going for yourself. Okay, so who's next? Let's do Natalie. Hi, sweetheart. There's Natalie. I love your energy, honey. You're like sunshine. Okay. And then Natalie, instead of pulling an oracle card, I'm going to pull one tarot card for you just because I feel called to. So either way, you're getting your little mini message here. And next is going to be Paris. So Paris, if you're here, let me know. Okay, Natalie, your card is the Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune in the deck of tarot, first of all, it's a major arcana card, which means it really wants attention as to some of the other cards. It talks about a major transition, major life events, really significant. When I think of the Wheel of Fortune, I think of literally a wheel, right? When a wheel turns, it's never on the same side that it just was. As it rolls, it's always on a new side, right? And so this is change and circulation. It's newness. It's rotation, right? So wherever you've been stagnant, stuck, and experienced a lack of movement, a lack of rotation, a lack of circulation, that's picking up for you now. That wheel is ready and to go into motion. Things are going to speed up pretty quickly, which can feel a little chaotic, especially after a time of dormancy. But it is for your benefit. This is a very lucky card too. This is like the kind of card people get when they think of winning the lottery, because it's like a sudden turn, think of the wheel. It's like a sudden whoop, things rotate. So know that big changes are on the cusp for you. You may have already started experiencing some of those. And just see if you can tolerate the discomfort of, because change can be uncomfortable even when it's in our benefit. Know that your celestial team is wanting to bring this to you now in preparation so that you can recognize the change as a benefit and not as chaos, because it's not chaos. And then Paris, if you're here, let me know. If I don't hear from you, I'm going to do Kita next. So Paris or Kita, let me know you're here. I don't see Paris or Kita. What about Kay Quinn? Kay Quinn, are you here, sweetheart? Natalie says, great. Thank you, Nikki. You're so welcome, Natalie. Thanks for popping on, sweetheart. Like I said, I love your energy. It really is like just liquid sunshine coming into the computer. Paris, Kita, Kay Quinn. Anybody here? Anybody home? Just when I think you guys aren't going to answer, you always do. So it's a lesson for me to just be patient and tolerate my discomfort of waiting. See, there's Kay. She says here. Okay, Kay. Kay, you have really powerful energy. You are very psychic yourself. Yeah, I need a reading from you, Kay. Oh, interesting. Kay, I just pulled this card. You've got healthcare change as well. Interesting. So I'll say this is more emotional, though. This is more emotional. Wherever you're having the resistance in your body, are you having some stiffness on the right side, the right knee or right hip? You've got some emotional block stuff going on. Kay says yes. Your third cauldron, which you know is your pelvic bowl, that's where our past is stored, trauma and memories, right? Even memories that don't feel that traumatic, right? They get kind of stuffed there, and our hips get stuck too. And when our hips get stuck, we usually feel it in the alarm system, which is our knee, or sometimes our ankle, sometimes in our lower back because our gait is off, because our hips move us forward. Like you can stand there and you can stick your feet out, you can stick your head out, you can stick your arms out, but you can't actually move forward if your hips don't join the game. So when we're stuck, when our hips are stuck, it's usually because we're stuck in trauma, a memory, something that hasn't been released yet. And sometimes it's kind of sneaky. Now, I'm not giving you medical advice to, like, you know, if you're having hip pain or something like that, not to also see your doctor and see, you know, get x-rays and all that stuff. But I want you to consider adding as a holistic, your gait. Yeah, your gait. As part of your holistic healthcare, and thinking about what is stuck there. Also, there are massage practices and active release and stuff like that. That's really powerful. So if you can find someone that has the physical or the medical training, like a chiropractor or a massage therapist that does active releases down in your psoas muscle, which is kind of where your ovaries are, or, you know, your piriformis muscle, which is in your butt. If you can find a medical professional that does releases on those areas, but is also trained in the energy aspect of that, like maybe has some shaman background or something, and they are able to come into that physical release with the intent of getting those emotions stuck, I think you're really going to get your bang for your buck. So I'd love you to think about that on top of what you already do medically. So I hope that serves you well, my love. Okay, let's see. I haven't heard from Kita or Paris. Let me know if you guys are here. Kay says acupuncture. Sure. Yeah, I mean, it couldn't hurt, but I'd like to see you do something specifically in that pelvic region. So it would make more sense to me if you're addressing that third cauldron, that you're getting care in that region of your body. Although I think acupuncture is great. I'd love to see you actually do active releases. So our body is sacred geometry. So when we have an emotion, our body forms to that emotion. Like Native American chiefs understand this. They say when the anger spirit enters your body, you clench up, you look down, you grit your teeth. And so to release the anger spirit, they say, open your eyes and look up, open your chest, because emotions want your body to form into a shape, to suit it, right? And so your body, you can think of it like that. If you're holding trauma, your body forms into that shape. So it's important to do care or to receive care that helps reform your body so that the emotions can leave, if that makes sense. So, okay, Jennifer Rogers, did I read for you? I feel like I missed your name. Jennifer Rogers, if you're here, let me know. Paris, Kita. Wait, I already read for... No, I didn't read for Kita. That was Kiki. Okay, so anyone who's here and watching, just let me know you're here. Because if nobody's here, then I'm going to be done for the night. But if you're here, I'll pull an oracle card for you. And I'm always grateful when you guys donate. And then Kay says, thank you. You're welcome, sweetheart. Have a good night. Okay. All right, guys. So I think there's some connection problems with the show tonight a little bit, which technology is just weird sometimes, and that's okay. I can hang with it, baby. So I think I'm just going to be done for the night. But I'm really grateful for you guys for coming, whether you donated or not. Like I always say, I'm really proud of you guys and admire you for coming to get what you need and participating in the healing. Like it's right. It's a domino effect. So I'll be here next Tuesday at 8:30 Pacific Standard Time, and then 9, that's 11:30 East Coast time. So I'll see you guys next week. Let's see, Barbara. Oh, Barbara says, okay, guess you're going to go. Good night. Thank you. Oh, yeah, you're welcome, sweetheart. I was reading your name. So I was like, did I not read for you yet? But I read for you, honey. Okay. Have a good night, guys. I'll see you next Tuesday. Thank you for coming.
What's this